Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. LeBron James ain't the only one who might be on the move.
That's your man's, too.
According to multiple, actually conflicting reports here, but one thing they have in common, the Los Angeles Clippers are canvassing the NBA for trades involving one Kawhi Leonard. According to The Athletic, the Dallas Mavericks are looking to get Kawhi Leonard in a trade centered around Klay Thompson, PJ Washington picks. And according to ESPN, the Toronto Raptors would like to send Brandon Ingram and stuff for Kawhi Leonard. And according to at least ESPN, Kawhi would only be willing to sign a contract extension with the Raptors. Make of that what you will.
The irony of that is hilarious to me because
Kawhi laughed when he heard the trade.
Let me hear. What did he say? Let me hear Kawhi's laugh. That's the sneaky best part, too.
That's what he said.
Look, the irony, Rob, the man won a championship and one of the great shots in the Eastern Conference Finals, rattled in against the 76ers, goes on to win a championship, beat the Warriors. He was the toast of the town in Toronto, maybe the toast of the country. And then he was like, no, I'm out. I'm going to get on up out of here. Doesn't sign. So the irony now that the only team I would re-sign with is the team I could have re-signed with years ago. And Kawhi Leonard is incredible. This is actually a really great bounce back season for him.
Maybe he doesn't want to be in this country anymore.
He must not like this country at this point. My gosh, did we kick him off the plane?
I'm just
like
saying.
Uruguay? So the thing I find interesting is you got Steve Ballmer, man. He comes and he buys the Clippers. Supposed to be the new era after Donald Sterling. And it's the same old, Rob. And it's crazy living here now.
It ain't the same as Donald Sterling.
Well, no, I ain't talking about that controversy.
Okay,
but I'm talking about it's filled with controversy, and it's filled with what could have beens and should have beens and would have beens and all that. And you look at it, man, and it's almost like, dude, is there a curse? What the heck? You got Kawhi Leonard coming off the 2019 championship. He's the Don Dada, like you always like to mention. Said, nah, I'll bump y'all Lakers. I'm going to Clippers. You're like, man, you love what you see. And he goes there. And he's hardly 50-some% of the games he plays. When he plays, he's good. He hasn't been like Mr. Personality, like woo over fans and woo over the city of L.A. Made him go get Paul George. I get it, right? Paul George is a good player. But you trade a guy who's always got in Kawhi, who's not going to play, low managing. And then Paul George, who's often injured. And you got rid of SGA, and the worst thing, SGA goes off, becomes a perennial All-Star, MVP candidate, MVP winner now twice, and a Finals
That's too
MVP.
easy to do that, man. Like seriously.
It's the truth.
No, it's not. Because at the
what
time,
do you mean? It's literally the truth.
At the time, what they were trying to do was win. They weren't trying to develop anybody and look.
And
they
I
weren't.
get it, but it happened.
You're
I get
right,
it, but it happened.
But after the fact, you can sit back and do that. I could do that about a million players in trades, and they got rid of this guy, or they did this or did
and
that.
Most teams,
at that time.
Have something to show for eventually.
At that time, for the Clippers to be able to get Kawhi Leonard away from the Lakers, who could have easily signed, have him, AD, and LeBron, that's what was on the table. And Kawhi says, can you go get Paul George, a veteran player, blah, 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 to make it happen? I'm sorry. I can sit here now and say they should have kept SGA but not gotten Kawhi Leonard. No, I don't buy into that. I don't think the Clippers had a choice.
Go to the
they
Lakers,
didn't have a choice.
And guess what the Lakers did? They said, well, all right, Kawhi, do your thing. And they won a championship in 2020.
No, but
so
they wanted Kawhi.
The Lakers get a championship. I hear you, but they want a ring.
But you can't
SGA,
do it like that.
They trade. You can.
No, you can't.
Because ultimately,
anybody can
the
do
Clippers,
that after the fact. The way you see it.
I'm going to give you an example because you were there. You were there, and I was there. The Pistons draft Darko. Could have had Carmelo or could have had Chris Bosh and all that good stuff. They end up getting Darko. But you know what worked out still? They won a championship. So while they had a massive blunder, they still got a championship. The Clippers could have done that. Dang, SGA goes off to be great, but at least we got one too. And they have nothing to show for it to the tune of now.
I just think that's too easy. Like that.
I've named a million other things.
No, you haven't named a million other things. No,
the team he doesn't go to wins.
No, you don't. No.
The guy they trade Paul George for stays in the MVP.
If Kawhi Leonard, if you have a chance to get Kawhi Leonard over the Lakers, and he says, I want another veteran player to be here with me, and if you could get Paul George, I'll come and sign with the Lakers. I'm sorry. You can sit here after the fact. If I'm the Clippers, I would have done that.
And they did, and they ain't got nothing for it since.
But that's fine.
And every move they made has not worked. They haven't had anything happen.
Too easy.
And now, after all of that, Kawhi Leonard, you're probably going to have to trade him. And not to mention, there's a whole Aspire deal out there where Pablo Torre is going crazy on some 60-minute type stuff, and now you got investigations with the Clippers. So after all this being said and done, Steve Ballmer might be in some investigation. Kawhi might be the Clippers as a whole.
For a year. Come on, man.
It's the truth. And so all of this, you got nothing for it. You don't have an NBA Finals appearance.
But
Chris Paul and the whole
can
team.
Do what you're doing, which is
What am I doing?
Let me see how everything plays out, and then I'll tell you how wrong it was. Come on. That makes no sense to me.
It makes
just
all
makes
the
no
sense that after all of this, they walk away with nothing.
If you show me on the record when you were on ESPN with Marcellus and you went on in the record and said, don't trade Shai, don't trade him. He's going to be a star in this league. Don't go get Paul George and don't sign Kawhi Leonard, I would respect that. You don't have that tape. You don't have that tape.
It literally
you don't
means
have that tape.
nothing.
No, it means nothing. What you're saying now means
because
nothing.
they have nothing.
No, it means
and the
nothing
team
now.
that he didn't go to has a ring.
You have revisionist history
it's
that
not
you
a
can make
revisionist.
up. Yes, it is.
Wait. Kawhi Leonard
You're
year
bringing
after
up
year
something.
after year. No.
You told me nobody thought he was going to the Clippers. Nobody.
Kawhi Leonard year after year after year after year has played 50, think it's 52, 50% of his
That's
game.
not the
What
issue.
do you mean? That is the issue.
No, it's
so I
not.
got a guy that hardly ever plays, a guy that's hardly ever doing anything in the community, hardly ever popping up the league. There's no fanfare. And Kawhi Leonard's a fantastic player. That is the thing that's not in the debate. But nothing they have to show for it. They got a new arena now, and he's about to be gone. You had Chris Paul, he's gone, and after all of this, they look the same as they did before. That is my point.
No, your point.
Prove me wrong.
It's not the same. They went to the damn Western Conference Finals, which they never did in their history. They never did in their history.
Are you yelling at me about the Western Conference Finals?
You're saying it's the same. It's not the same.
Indiana Pacers have been to the finals since
Donald
then.
Sterling, you're talking about the same. No, they never made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Ain't no way you just came to me about they went to a Western Conference Finals.
You're saying it's the same
so
with
the
Donald
man
Sterling.
I went, the man I went
Come
who
on,
got
dude, I don't want to hear that.
The man I went and who got an NBA championship with the Raptors.
Stop.
Now I'm happy because we went to the Western Conference Finals.
No, you're happy that he was able to sign as a free agent. That he was able to get the.
Rob, you got to give me something that I can say, wow, look, at least we have this.
I disagree with now you're going to go back and recount.
Yes, it's
what
called
happened.
assessing.
Come on, man. No, it ain't.
It's literally what you do.
All it is
you look at the ROI.
Monday morning quarterback.
What was my return on investment?
Then you could go back and go, I knew they shouldn't have traded Shai because I knew he was going to win a finals.
You act like
I knew
this
he was going to win 2
year.
MVPs. I knew it.
This has been
you
a
didn't
whole
do
10
it.
years.
Go back and get your radio tape from ESPN.
What is this, Rob?
Ain't no way did you ever say that.
What's this
Come on,
team?
man.
So this has been a great run?
Stop it.
This has been a great run?
Nobody said that.
Well, what are you telling me?
I'm telling you what you're saying.
Has it been a great run?
It's easy to do after the fact. That's
Rob,
all I'm saying.
there have been multiple
Anybody can
facts.
do that. You don't have to have a radio talk show.
Bring in
to
hard
see
and
what
that don't
happens,
work.
To see what happens and tell somebody what they should have done after it plays out.
None of this worked.
Stop it.
None of it's worked.
Stop it.
They kept
None of that
Kawhi
makes no
all
sense
these
to me.
years just for him now about to go back to Toronto.
Stop. That
Nothing worked. And
I expect
at the
more
end,
from you than that.
I'm disappointed
That's
in you.
lazy.
You just screamed at me they went to the Western Conference Finals.
That's lazy.
What? That's lazy. The Western Conference. You all sit here and talk about. Don't ever talk to me about the Lions again.
You're going to tell me about what happened.
If that's what we talk about.
because I told you what was going to happen, and it happened.
If you don't
I didn't tell you after the fact.
Don't tell
I
me
told
about
you
all
before.
these teams that have done something. The Western Conference Finals.
I told you
sign an
before.
NBA champion to go there one time. You kidding me?
That organization had never been there. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369.
Go get Blake back and Chris Paul and DeAndre. You do the same thing.
Was the Kawhi Leonard era in Los Angeles a big waste of time? We'll continue that conversation next.
They got an arena. I take that back. They got an arena.
877-99 on Fox is the number. It is the Odd Couple where we deliver insight, not noise, even when Kelvin in his mixed bag.
Western Conference Finals. I'm so disappointed in you right now.
I'm disappointed in you
Western
taking
Conference
the easy way out. It is the Odd Couple, and you know what you need to do.
All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.